Are we there? I think we are. Evening all. That looks good. I hope we're all well. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear okay and see okay. Or type something down below in the comments and then we'll fire away. Meantime, I'll have a mouthful of tea. Marvellous. Let's see, it always takes a second or two just for things to sort themselves out. Is it working, I wonder? Oh yes, there we are. Evening, David. Hope you're well. And we're getting a thumbs up or two. Yeah, and the view things are going up. Right, must be working then. Excellent. Rightio. So yes, quite a few things to tell you about. 2 big batches of stuff. And some pictures to look at. That people have sent in, that Pete Williamson sent in some, and Greg, who can't join us live, I think he's busy, but he'll catch up later on. Greg Redley sent me some of Walton Pier in its progress, so that's good, so we'll have a look at them in a minute. So while people are logging in, we'll have a quick look. I don't think I added anything more. The sweet yawl, and that's all, because it's been a busy week, as I'll explain in a minute. So if you haven't seen that one, that was an extra one. There's about, coming next week, there's about 20 machines, I think, that I know of at the moment arriving. Some I'm picking up at the weekend. If you're coming up to the event at Woodbank, Penny Arcade, then and you want to drop anything off for the auction, you can drop it off with me there, that's fine. And then I'm going further up north on Monday morning and picking up some more stuff. And then there's some other stuff coming on Thursday, I think. Yeah, so a bit of a busy week again next week, but there's lots more stuff coming in. Also, that came in this week, there's a load of circus stuff, magic stuff, circus programs and books mostly. Some magic tricks, 3 or 4 boxes of magic tricks to sort out. Some magic books. As a Pearly King outfit, if anybody fancies being a Pearly King, that was quite good. There's another arcade frontage from a travelling arcade. It's been packed away for a few years. So that's quite nice. I would get some photographs of that up. And what else has come in? Just small bits and bobs, some nice little advertising bits. So yes, it's a busy few days obviously because I'm getting ready for going up north tomorrow. And then the event Sunday, on the road Monday. I'm also on the road I think next week, Wednesday and Thursday, so it's a really busy time, but there's a hell of a lot going on. So yeah, there we are. So we'll have a look at some pictures in a minute. So this batches of stuff. So let me have a mouthful of tea. I had a call on Monday out of the blue from property development company, builders, whatever you like to call them. Said, oh, we're doing this thing, and we've found in the basement a load of old slot machines. I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. So I said, what are they? Have you got any photographs? And basically it was because it was like the secretary lady or whatever. Didn't have a lot of details. It seemed too much trouble to get any photographs. Etc, etc. So I said, right, okay, I fancy a day at the seaside, I'll come and have a look. So got there, expecting to find a load of AWPs, but I thought, well, there might be some earlier like Bell Fruit machines and that kind of stuff that people are now looking for. It's become a lot collectible, obviously, or electromechanicals, whatever. And yeah, so met the chap there, rolled off in his nice spanking new Range Rover. Spent most of the time on his phone, which became a problem, as I'll explain in a minute. So anyway, to go in, it's all scaffolded up and everything, and to the cellar, no lights. Didn't think to take a torch from her, I assumed there'd be some lights. I've dropped my phone and smashed the screen, and also the light on the back doesn't work anymore. That was good. He was on his phone, so I couldn't borrow his. So I'm ventured down the cellar with my little key light on my torch. I think you can see it on a bunch of keys, one of those little lights. Could hardly see anything at all. Nearly fell through the staircase. But anyway, sure enough, there is a cellar full of slot machines, and not as I expected, rubbish, but all mechanical. So yeah, there's all sort of piled under crap and about 4 inches of dust and muck and bits of wood and wires and pipes and God knows what else, you name it. But there appears to be, as best as I could see without killing myself climbing over it, probably 30 to 40 machines I think there is. There was Ollie Wales All Wings, there was some Mills Bandits, a couple of Challengers I noticed, a couple of clocks, probably I think it's a fruit bowl or might be a streamline clock. A lot of the stuff was sort of back to front, so I couldn't exactly see what it was because I couldn't move any of it. But yeah, it looked like probably 30 or 40 of all mechanical. The things that I could just enough get to see what coin, everything seems to be on old penny. So I assume all of it is. And yeah, other than it's absolutely thick with muck and grunge, and the cellar seemed actually surprisingly not too damp. The stuff didn't look too bad, a lot of sort of smashed glasses and things, but yeah, so that's quite interesting. So the plan there is that they're going to dig it all out over the next week or two. I think basically when they can make the stairs a bit safe, because you can hardly get a person up and down, never mind with a heavy machine, or put some stairs in or something. Get it back to their depot, and then I'll go and have a look and see what there is. Because there's some bandit doors laying on top of some All Wings, but they probably belong to the bandits, I expect, but there might be spares, etc. So I said just take everything out, and then I'll go and sort it out and bring back anything that's worth selling, basically. And then, yeah, we'll spend a little bit of time cleaning it all up so we can actually see what we've got. And squirt a WD-40 probably, see if they'll run, unless they obviously won't, if there's, you know, lots of bits missing or whatever. But I think they, from what I could see, I suspect they're probably all right, really. So that's going to be, it will be a separate auction, probably sort of late August, early September, I should think, by the time we get it and get it cleaned up and sorted out. Late August isn't brilliant because people are on holiday. Obviously the end of August is August bank holiday anyway, so probably be early September before the proper September auction, if that makes sense. It's all no reserve, it's all to go, whatever it makes. So yeah, there we are. Hence I haven't got any well, obviously I haven't got any photographs because you couldn't really see anything anyway, and I couldn't see hardly in the dark. But I'll, you know, once the stuff's back, obviously, as soon as I can get pictures of stuff, I'll start adding some pictures. So there we are. So that was a nice unexpected haul. So that was that lot. But it says any arcade bits? No, I don't think so. I think it's all sort of countertop or wall machine stuff. I guess I don't suppose I shouldn't be able to get anything down the hatch. It's basically, it appears that it was an arcade many years ago. It's been a shop for quite a few years, closed for quite a few years, and just the flats upstairs rented out. And so they sort of stripped back the layers and vinyl and lino and stuff on the floor and found the cellar door and opened up the thing, and oh, there's all this stuff in there. Wondered if it was worth anything, and found me. So there we are. So I think the shop was an arcade basically, and all this stuff just got shoved in the bottom. Great. So that's nice. Nice batch of fresh stuff, as it were. So keep your eyes peeled for that lot. So I won't tell you what seaside it is, because you'll all be rushing there at the weekend trying to find a shop all scaffolded up with the windows being changed. But yes, I think that's pretty safe. Yeah, so then the other big batch of stuff is a whole load of mostly All-Win parts. There's some other bits of various odd machines as well, but a lot. When I say a lot, I think there's 3 boxes, which doesn't sound a lot, but it's 100 or 200 parts, probably something like that. So what I'm planning to do with that, well, I might try doing, because some bits there's multiples of, some bits there's only one of. For instance, there's one nice clown from a clown machine. I noticed there was I think I only found one payout knob surround ring, you know, the thing, etc. So some bits there's only one of, some bits there's lots of. So rather than listing them on, or at least to start with, rather than listing them on the website for Buy It Nows, and people being annoyed that they didn't get the chance because blah, 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 I thought we might give the timed auction idea that Easy Live do as well a go with that, which is essentially like an eBay auction. You've probably seen the timed auctions on Easy Live anyway if you've been looking around, where things finish at a certain time, like eBay. The only difference with the Easy Live is if any bids come in the last second, it moves the time on a little bit, so the person who's been outbid does get a chance to come back again. You haven't got that last second thing of sniping like eBay, which pisses a lot of people off, including me. So I think we'll perhaps give that a go, because a couple of people have suggested it, and just see what happens. And then I'll say some things are lots of multiples, or so I'll perhaps hold them back and put a couple in or whatever, and then we can always list them on the website for Buy It Nows afterwards. So that'll be the other one. So I'll try and get that done within a couple of weeks. Realistically, I need sort of a day or 2 probably just to list all the stuff, sort them all out in the boxes, see what there is, photograph it. It's a lot quicker obviously to photograph spare parts than it is a machine, so that should be able to do that pretty quickly. So I might try and do that. I'm gonna have to think of when to end it will be the key, which I might do for a Sunday evening, I guess, perhaps before the live stream. Like I said, it to end at, I don't know, 6 o'clock or something, and then like at minute intervals or something. So by the time we get to the live stream on a Sunday night, it'll be done and dusted, and then we can all pull it apart, can't we? Who paid too much for something and who got a bargain and all the rest of it. So that might be fun. I thought we'd give it a whirl and see what happens, see if people like that idea for the future, and then perhaps we can look to do other small bits and bobs like that instead of the Buy It Now. Don't know, give it a whirl. So yeah, so that's those 2 big batches of stuff. Both were unexpected, both kind of come out of the blue. I mean, I knew about the second lot of stuff, but I, you know, it's one of those, oh, that'd be a nice lot to sell one day. But the machines I didn't, so there we are. So that's that. What else I've got to tell you about? Yeah, so weekend meetup thing is all go, obviously. Let me just stop that before it plays. So yeah, 11 o'clock up near Bingley. Hopefully some of you were coming. It'd be nice if you all came, really, wouldn't it? There's lots of nice stuff there to see. There's the arcade and more. Meal afterwards. Do let either me or Robert know if you're staying for the meal afterwards, so we can adjust the booking at the pub. And there's a link there for the hotel as well if you're staying over. So that's that. We'll see you there. So there won't be a video again before then, and obviously there won't be one Sunday night because I'll be up there. Equally, there won't be an email on Sunday, a newsletter as usual. So that's that. I think you all know about that by now. Pictures. Let's have a look at some pictures that people sent me in. Hang on a minute, what have we done with them? Pictures. Yep, so Pete Williamson sent me a picture hot out of the workshop of his Dippy Duck shoe, all fully restored and looking rather nice from a completely rotten start. That's turned out pretty well, I think you'll agree. So I'm sure that'll be in one of those arcades very soon. Along with his other shooters, which I've got a picture as well in a minute. Why isn't this working? Hang on a minute, let me press the right button. There we go, there's the next one. Yeah, and there's just, as we mentioned, I think last week or week before, Extended the arcade. This is the Merivale arcade slightly into what was the gift shop. That's been sort of moved and reduced a bit. So slight extension, but some nice machines in there. Another shooter, jungle shooter. A tippet, you don't see many of those about. The little pusher, mini cascade that Paul Mitchell made. And then I fill them up and the big Allwyn. That's that side, and then the other side is these extra bits. The rather nice, and as far as we know, I think it's the only one scooter racer. And the copper mine, the new copy of the Brenco that Paul built as well. Doing very well, I hear. So there we are. If you're in Yarmouth, check it out. There's some more stuff to see. And then over the winter, it's been extended again, even more. So that's all good stuff. And then Greg Radley took a trip down to Walton Pier and took some photos. This is pretty remarkable. To me especially, and I'm sure Paul Mitchell as well. We were there only a few weeks ago. Filmed a little bit in there. Had a nice long chat with the owner. He's a nice chap. And when he said what he was going to do and when he thought he was going to do it by, we sort of looked at each other and thought, you must be joking. But here we are a few weeks later, and look, there's about 5 acres of carpet down. But when they got the order for the carpet, they popped a few champagne corks, I'm sure. And it's all filling up with machines. It's not finished yet, but it's yeah. I mean, like he said to us, it's a 2 or 3 year project. But it's a remarkable transformation. So there's some stuff ready to be unwrapped. Some more machines, and very blingy carpet. It's great, isn't it? Some more stuff to be unwrapped. The carpet reminds me of a job I did worked on a Netflix job called 1899 back in October, November last year. And we did this, not too much because I'm not supposed to give the plot away, but there's a bedroom, had really wacky carpet in, kind of almost like that really. And we did the walls to match. Yeah. And yeah, pushers galore. I can never have too many pushers, he told us, and I'm sure he's right. I think every arcade owner will tell you that. You can't have too many pushers. And another one, just to give you a vague idea of the scale, and I think this looks like this isn't standing at the doors either, this is into the building. So yeah, looking pretty good. We're back to the start again. I'll let these photographs run round. We'll have a little chit chat. Paul says, looks amazing now. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's just amazing, isn't it? The transformation, really. Interesting nose ceiling. Yeah, I think basically just the thing is, I think with a building that vast, because it's so big, because of the shape of the roof and everything, to drop a ceiling in, you end up like a letterbox. It feels really claustrophobic, because even though the ceiling might be quite high, because of the proportions, because the building is so wide, it feels very low, if that makes sense. So yeah, that blacked out roof with all the lights hanging from it, I think it's quite effective. Plus there's rides going to go in there later on. I think the plan was to mix some rides in with the arcade when we spoke to him, so yeah, it's going to be a pretty cool place. I think it must be the biggest arcade in the country, I would imagine. I can't think of one that's going to be bigger than that. I think it's probably bigger than Coral Island, which was the biggest up in Blackpool. So I don't know the stats, but it'd be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? So yeah, if you're down in sunny Essex, call in Walton Pier and see how he's getting on. If you find the owner, Russell, have a chat with him. Nice chap, if he's around. Yeah. And I think he said down one side was all going to be like cafes and you know, eating and drinking places. And then with fairway rides indoors, principally at the end. And the long-term plan, I think, was to put some bowling back in and some. What else did he say? I can't remember. Paul might remember. When does it open? I'm not sure. Is the answer to that one? Yeah, doesn't look far off. Very soon, I should think, if it isn't already. I don't actually know when Greg took these pictures. He just sent them to me today. So, and I say he's not with us at the minute to ask. Let's just see if he says in his text anything. Bear with me a minute while I find his text message or WhatsApp or whatever it was. Talking amongst yourselves. Oh, yeah, it is open. He said, just went to Walton Pier, which partially opened yesterday. Russell's got probably the largest arcade I've ever seen. I'll add some shots. So, yes, it is open now. There you go. Still says on the radio, ads coming soon. Yeah, I think it's like as Greg said, partially open. So clearly see there's stuff all over the place still being unwrapped and pallets and things. And but I guess yeah, get the punters in as soon as possible. Spend some money because God knows what he spent on the place. A lot. Can you think just how much it cost to float the machines? Yeah, I dread to think. I can't remember now. I remember when Western Supermare Pier burnt down. We went down shortly afterwards. A couple I mean, it was still practically smouldering the day after. So we were filming the documentary about my pier at the time with the BBC, and we went down and had a chat with Kerry Michaels. And yeah, that was something I hadn't thought of. But of course, the people were desperate to they had to have security all around the beach because all the money in the machines and the change machines ended up on the beach. And I seem to think it said it was 400,000. I think he said it was. That was a lot more than I thought it would be. I always kept my floats quite low in my machines, but I'm sure he said it was 400 grand. But yeah, and it all just melted into big blobs. It showed us like these just big blobs of stuff. They sent it all to the Royal Mint, and they have ways of analysing it just to check it's not a load of nuts and bolts in the middle of it or something. Do X-ray and analysing like when you test for gold and silver and stuff, and then weigh it and then work out how much that blob of metal was worth, and yeah, eventually paid him the money, as it were. It took a while to do, he said, but they did it. So yeah, a lot of float is the answer. But it'd be good to see. I'm looking forward to going down there myself. I'll give it a couple of weeks more to get a little bit more done, I think, and then so we've still got to do this last day of filming with Paul for the DVD. So I'm sure when we go down and do that, we'll pop down to Bolton as well, because we filmed a bit, as I say, there a few weeks ago when it was an empty shell. Building site, basically. So it'd be really good to do a little bit more again, just to finish that off as well. So there we are. Anything else I need to tell you? Let me think. So the 2 batches of stuff. Yeah, there's the interesting auction tomorrow. yes. What can one say about that, really? Sunday at the thing. So next video will be Tuesday night. And then I'll obviously let you know what machines I've collected over the weekend come Tuesday night. And what else I'm expecting in during the week. And where's my list of, I'm getting so confused with days next week. It's a bit of a muddle. Yeah. So Wednesday I should be at the Elephant House in the afternoon, not for long, but for a little bit. If you're thinking of meeting there for anything. Thursday I'm out. Friday I should be back in Cambridge again, and the weekend I'm not sure about yet. Where I am, so just get in touch basically. Bear in mind, closing date for the auction is the 17th, so we've got just over 2 and a bit weeks if you want to get stuff in. So it looks like there'll be 50 or so machines probably, I think, by the time we're done again, so that's nice. And plus all the other stuff, of course. So yeah, I don't know how many lots will be yet, but as almost if you're interested in the machines, that's what you seem to want to know about most rather. So there we are. Any questions, comments? Anybody coming up north on Sunday? Let me know. If anybody's bringing anything last minute, let me know so I can update the page. I've got to get my double all-wins working tomorrow. I managed to dig 3 of my 4 double all-wins out. Again, they're thick with dust and cobwebs and probably need a drop of oil, so a little project for tomorrow to get them running so people can play them on Sunday. And yeah, what else was coming? I can't remember. Oh, the line of working models, bell ringer working model, L's Trapper. Yeah, etc. Looking forward to it. Good day. So there we are. Any more for any more? If not, I'll sign off and go and do some more work. And we'll catch up Tuesday night. No video Sunday, obviously, because I won't be around to do it. Somebody did say, "Oh, you could try doing a mobile live stream from the event." Yeah, that sounds complicated. I will take some video. I'll take a video camera, so those of you who can't get there can see what it was all about. I'll take a few snaps and whatnot. So yeah, at least we'll get an idea again. Yeah, so there we are. It all seems to have gone a bit quiet, so I'm assuming that's it. My tea is nearly gone cold, so that's usually a pretty good sign that we're done and dusted. So I'll just stick a note in here. Next video, Tuesday Eve, Sunday, due to the Woodbank Penny Arcade event. Pop that in there. Peter's off, nighty night. Yeah, that's it. So know where I am if you want me. Again, anyone, if you've got any photographs to share with people of anything, you know, over summer while you're on your travels, don't forget I've got this kind of interactive thing that I'm slowly programming in the background, interactive map thing. So again, pictures of piers and arcades, amusement parks, fairs, anything like that that you go to. Take some snaps, especially if there's anything interesting happening. You know, big refurbs going on, or new rides going in, or you know, things closed down or anything really. It's all a bit of a record of history. And then once I get this map thing up and running, we can add them all to that. So yeah, right, that's it. I'm off then. I will catch you all on a Tuesday. Hope to see some of you on Sunday. If not, have a jolly weekend. Nighty night.